Hello students, welcome to the online class. Myself Vinod Kumar and I am a science teacher at Amarnath Vidya Ashram. I hope you all are doing good at home. So class 9th we will start with syllabus. In your science book there are 15 chapters. The chemistry portion has 4 chapters. Matter in our surrounding is matter around us, pure atoms and molecules, structure of the atom. While chapter 5, 6, 7 and chapter 13, this is related to biological portion. See, fundamental unit of life, cell, tissues, diversity in living organism, and why do we fall ill. Then chapter 8, motion, force and laws of motion, gravitation, work and energy, and sound. This is in physics portion. And then there are chapter 14, natural resources, and chapter 15, improvement in food resources. These are related to the unit natural resources, balance in nature. So these 15 chapters are actually divided into 5 units. We will see the syllabus wise and the number of marks to each unit. This is the description of your syllabus unit wise. You can clearly see that there are total 5 units which has different weightage of mark which is displayed against the unit. See, unit 1, matter, its nature and behavior. It consists 4 chapters that comes under chemistry portion, is of 23 marks. Unit 2, organization in the living world, has also 4 chapters which comes under biology portion, is of 20 marks. And unit 3, motion, force and work, it has 5 chapters which are of 27 marks. Then unit 4, our environment, has only 1 chapter, is of 6 marks, while unit 5, food, is of 4 marks. It is only 1 chapter, food, and this makes a total of 80 marks. So theory portion is of 80 marks. Then there is internal assessment for 20 marks. This makes a grand total of 100 marks. So this is how your syllabus of science is divided into 5 units, and weightage of marks is also displayed in the slide. Now we will move to study our chapter 1, which is first chapter of chemistry, and the chapter heading is matter in our surroundings. Our chapter 1 is matter in our surroundings. We will discuss about matter and its properties in this chapter. First, what is matter? Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. The only condition for something to be matter is that it should occupy space and have mass. Now the things like good manners, thoughts, ideas, smell, friendship, love. From the point of view of chemistry, it is not considered as matter because they do not have mass and occupy space. So what is matter? Which occupies space and has mass. For example, you see many things around you in your daily life: iron, milk, petrol, chair, carbon dioxide, carbon, rocks, minerals, oil, oxygen, sand. There are many things. The next is matter is made of particles. Everything around us is made of tiny pieces or particles. A raindrop has about 10 raised to power 21 particles of water. The particles of matter can be very small. They can be even so small that we cannot see them with a high power microscope. So matter is made up of very tiny pieces known as particles. So make it clear that matter is made up of particles. Now comes the characteristics of particles of matters. The important characteristics of particles of matter are: number one, they are very small, they have spaces between them, they are constantly moving, they attract each other. They means particles, they are very small, they have spaces between them, and they move constantly in the matter, and each particle attract another particle. We have some activities related to these 4 points. Remember these points, we will discuss one by one. So for point 1, activity to show particles of matter are very small. The particles have very small size. It can be shown by performing this activity. What we have to do, we take 2 or 3 small crystals of potassium permanganate and dissolve it in 100 milliliter of clear water, which is taken in beaker 1. You can see beaker 1 in diagram has 100 ml of clear water. Now what we have to do, we have to dissolve 2-3 crystal of potassium permanganate, which makes the color of the solution deep purple. This has become colored solution. Now we take out approximately 10 ml of this solution in a test tube and put it into another beaker which has 90 ml of clear water. So this makes the solution of 100 milliliter. You can see in third beaker 10 ml of solution is dissolved into 90 ml of clear water. Now again take out 10 ml of this solution, put into another beaker which has 90 ml of clear water. Keep diluting the solution like this 5 to 8 times. In this way, we get a very dilute solution of potassium permanganate in water, but the water is still colored. You will see that the color will be faded slowly. In the end, you will find very light pink color in last beaker. So this activity shows that we have dissolved 2-3 crystal of potassium permanganate and it spread the color to a large amount of water. This shows that 2-3 crystal has millions of small particles of potassium permanganate in it. So you can see there are 2 questions. Question number 1, is the water still colored, and what can you conclude from the above experiment? You have to answer these questions. This is your homework for this activity. Okay students. Now in activity 2, we will show that particles of matter have space between them. First, take a 100 ml beaker, fill half the beaker with water and mark the level of water. What you have to do, you have to mark the level of water. Now dissolve some salt or sugar. You can add a spoon of salt or sugar which can be easily available in your home with the help of glass rod. Now observe that this sugar or salt has dissolved in the water, but if you see, the level remains the same. The levels remains the same. That means the sugar or salt particles which you have dissolved in water have been settled between the spaces of the particles which solutions have. In diagram you can see that a spoon of salt is added to water and this salt is been dissolved in the solution, but the level of water remains the same. This shows that there must be some spaces where these particles settled. So for this activity you have 3 questions. Number 1, what do you think has happened to the salt? Second, where does it disappear? Third, does the level of water change? You have to answer these questions. Okay students, I hope these 2 activities are clear to you. Now we'll move to activity 1.3. Activity 1.3 tells about that particles of matter are constantly moving. In this activity, you have to burn an incense stick in one corner of your room at home. Replace class with room here. What do you see? The fragrance spread in the whole room quickly. How? The burning of incense stick produces gases having pleasant smell, and the particle of the gases produced by burning of incense stick moves rapidly in all direction and mix with the particles of air present in the room, and they reaches quickly to you. This is how you feel the pleasant smell of incense stick agarbatti. You have 3 questions related to this activity. Write answer to these questions in your notebook. First question is, how close do you have to go near to it as to get its smell? What happens? Do you get the smell sitting at a distance? And name the phenomena. When does it increase? Activity 1.4 shows that particles are bind together. Means each particle attract another particle. Take an iron nail, a chalk and a rubber band. Try to break them by hammering, cutting or stretching. You will find that it is very easy to break the piece of chalk into smaller particles as it requires less force to break it, whereas the iron nail does not break at all even with a large force. This shows that force of attraction between the particles of chalk is quite weak, while the force of attraction between the particles of iron nail is very strong. So you have one question for this activity. In which of the above 3 substances do you think the particles are held together with greater force? So we discussed today about the matter. Matter is made up of tiny particles and the important characteristics of particles with activities. And you have questions to answer. So answer this question in a notebook. So students, that's it for today. We will meet again. Thank you.